My name is Robin, and I am the director of Delaware Paranormal Research Group and also the author of Anatomy of a Ghost, a guide to analyzing the dead, and out in April 2019, On the Hunt for the Haunted, in which I talk about the Hartly house itself. The Hartly house and our group have a long history of working together. The house itself is quite active, and pretty much everyone that lives in the house, and sometimes just casual guests, have experienced things in the house that have left them wondering. The first time that we investigated the house, however, there wasn't a whole lot that we encountered or captured of interest. In particular, it was the middle of winter and the family was home. And so we did a very short 3-person investigation. We were never able to get into the baby's room because the boy was awake and babbling to himself all night long. So we were never able to get in the room where so much of the activity had occurred or been reported. We mainly stayed in the family room, dining room area, while the family stayed in the back of the house, kind of stayed to themselves. And as I say, it was a very short investigation of only about 2-3 hours long. But during the investigation, or afterwards rather, during evidence review, we did come away with some interesting things. We got one that sounded like a male voice EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, that appeared to be saying Wayne or Wade. I thought particular Wade was closer than Wayne, but it did seem like it was saying a name. What is your name? But then we also got one really interesting photograph that made me excited. There's a series of 3 photographs that our male investigator was taking. And in the first photograph, you see me, and I'm in the dining room, and there's nothing odd about the picture. Second picture, same position. He takes a picture of me, and in front of me, by the entrance to the dining room, or the doorway to the dining room, family room area, there's a strange mist that you can see in the photograph. It seems like it's coalescing, and it came from nowhere, apparently. And then the third, our investigator had actually changed positions. He had moved into the dining room and took a third picture of me. And in the third picture, but moments later, no mist. So that was enough to intrigue me that there might actually be something going on and that we needed to get back there. So approximately 1 year after we investigated the first time, we were able to return to the Hartly house. This time, however, the family had left for the weekend, and they had taken the dogs. So we had the entire building, the entire premises to ourselves, contamination-free, except for that which we might produce ourselves. So it was a really wonderful opportunity. We could get into the baby's room, we could get into the master bedroom where they saw shadows moving around the hall, and then the closet. We could get into the back bedroom where Lindsay had found the lamp that had turned over and almost burnt the carpet. The family room where the strange picture was taken, all of it was ours for the night. And we ended up staying all of the night. I don't think we actually pulled out of Hartly that time until about 4 or 5 in the morning. The family had said in particular that 3 a.m. tended to be a very active time in the house. So we made sure we were up and investigating at that time, just to make sure that we hit the reported witching hour, if you would. We brought a team of 4 people to the investigation, one more than the time before, but then again we had the place to ourselves that time. So it was a wonderful opportunity. What we did is we set up our surveillance cameras and audio recorders and detection devices all around the house. We had command central in the kitchen. Two people would be in the kitchen at the kitchen table where our surveillance camera system could be viewed, and they would so one team would be viewing the camera quietly, hopefully, and one team would be investigating or doing sessions from room to room as they saw fit. So at one point in the evening, it was a very interesting episode, but we had one male investigator. We only had one male and three females that night investigating. So our one male investigator and our co-director Rennie were in the master bedroom, which is attached to the closet, the hallway closet, where so much activity and strange things seem to occur. This hallway closet, by the way, is an odd layout, and it actually opens to the hallway, but it also opens to the master bedroom. So there's two doorways, and it leads. So it leads into the master bedroom, which is it's a strange layout, but the architecture is rather odd at that house anyway. So we had set up an audio recorder in the hallway closet where, as I say, so many strange things seem to occur. And we got a few EVPs, but in particular, this one that I found really interesting occurred, as I say, when our male investigator and our co-director Rennie were in the master bedroom. At that time, it was raining very heavily, and I think the rain kind of helped to act as kind of a white noise generator for some of the EVPs, because you definitely hear the rain, but you also hear kind of a long, involved, what sounds like conversation with a female spirit. And in one point, which is really interesting, you can hear her say what appears to be, "I can see him." And as I said, there was only one male on the premises that evening, and he happened to be in the master bedroom when this EVP was captured in the hallway. So it was a fascinating EVP.
75.3. Can you get it to go down to 75.0? 75.1. Use my energy if you want. 75.1. Very good. Thank you. Would you like to tell us your name? I just got a very cold chill. It's going back down. Are you a child?
The same team, Rennie and our male investigator, were at the command central watching the surveillance feeds at another time during the evening. They were talking quietly among themselves. And again, there seems to be a female voice that interposed itself over the top of them. At times, it seemed to be that she was trying to kind of communicate with them. Rennie was talking about her granddaughter riding horses at one point, and you hear a female voice that chimes in and seems to be talking about horses at the same time. So they'd ask a question, it would appear to answer something. So it was another really interesting EVP episode at a time when they didn't even know that they were capturing them. At 3 a.m. in the morning, my co-director Rennie and I were doing a final session in the baby's room. We had just kind of finished up the session, actually, and I had said something along the lines of, it's time that we break down. And I caught a very clear female voice saying a couple of things. It sounded like, oh, or okay, or okay, something along those lines. Very interesting.
All right, guys, let's wrap her up.
At 3 in the morning, which was very, very late or very, very early in the investigation morning of what? At the same time, it wasn't just straight take two.